Alright, black and white sports supporters, we are back at it again. And this one is already blowing up across the sports world because the WNBA just shook the entire system with its new salary structure. And people are not ready for what these numbers actually look like when you break them down. Now I'm going to show you exactly how the rookies stack up, who is climbing fast, and why one name keeps coming up in every single conversation, Caitlin Clark. But before we get into all of that, make sure you're still subscribed to the channel because a lot of people are telling me they are not seeing the videos anymore. And you already know how that game goes. We're going to break this down straight. No fluff, no sugarcoating, just the real truth on what is happening inside the WNBA right now. And trust me, some of these reactions are absolutely wild. Alright, let's get straight into this because the numbers are already starting to cause major conversations online. And once people see this breakdown, it is going to get even louder. The WNBA has officially moved into a new salary structure under the latest CBA, and what that means is a full reset in how rookie contracts and early career earnings are being looked at across the league. Now on paper, this looks like progress, higher base salaries, better long-term earning potential, and more stability for young players coming into the league. But here is where it gets interesting, because when you actually start lining up the rookies side by side, you start seeing names jump out in ways people were not expecting at all. Players like Aliyah Boston, Paige Buchers, and others from this new generation are suddenly part of a much bigger financial conversation. And of course, all eyes immediately go to Caitlin Clark because everything around her seems to move the entire league right now. And that is exactly why people are reacting so strongly, because this is not just about numbers on a sheet anymore. This is about value, impact, and perception inside the WNBA. And trust me, when we break down the actual figures, it gets even more controversial from here. Alright, now let's get into the part that is absolutely blowing people's minds, because when you line up these rookie contracts under the new CBA, the differences are not just noticeable. They're creating full-blown debate online. Starting off with Aliyah Boston, she is looking at a jump from roughly the mid-90K range all the way up into the 500K plus territory under the new structure, and with performance escalators and all WNBA level bonuses, that number can push even higher depending on how she performs and how her team builds around her. Then you have Caitlin Clark, sitting at a base rookie level that people keep comparing across every single list, and no matter how you slice it, her name is the one that keeps pulling the most attention in every ranking and every discussion online. Now look at Paige Buchers, another high-profile rookie entering this same financial era, also moving into that $500,000 range projection depending on incentives and contract structure, which already shows how much the rookie market has shifted. Then you have players like Cameron Brink and other first-round picks also stepping into the 400K plus range. And this is where people start doing double takes because the spread between picks is not as simple as draft position anymore. And of course, the most controversial part of all this is when fans start comparing names like Reese to everyone else in the same class, trying to understand why certain players are higher or lower on these lists. And that is where social media completely explodes with opinions, arguments, and non-stop debate inside the WNBA. Now, this is where things really start getting loud online, because once these numbers hit social media, it stopped being just sports news and turned into full-on debate, memes, and non-stop reactions everywhere. People are looking at these salary jumps and immediately reacting like, hold on, how is this even structured like this? And why does it feel like every list is telling a different story depending on who you are comparing? You see fans bringing up Reese in almost every conversation, not even just about her performance, but about where she sits financially compared to other rookies. And that alone is fueling a huge wave of commentary across platforms. Then you have the constant focus on Caitlin Clark because everything tied to her name seems to turn into a larger discussion about value, impact, and how much attention she is bringing into the WNBA as a whole. And online, people are not holding back at all. You are seeing jokes, memes, exaggerated takes, and even AI-generated content popping up everywhere, like fake appreciation cards and viral edits that turn this whole salary conversation into entertainment by itself. Some fans are saying this is exactly what happens when a league starts growing fast. Others are saying the comparisons are getting out of control. But either way, it has created one of the most talked about rookie classes in recent memory, And that is exactly why this story is spreading so fast across sports YouTube and social media right now. And now we get into the part that is really setting the comment section on fire, because once people start digging deeper into these numbers, it stops being just about salaries and turns into a full-on debate about value, fairness, and what actually drives a league forward. That a lot of fans are asking the same question in different ways. How is it that certain rookies are being placed above others financially, and whether draft position, hype, performance, or market impact is actually the real deciding factor inside the WNBA? Then you have the constant comparison cycle around Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, where every list, every ranking, and every salary breakdown turns into a debate about who is actually bringing more attention, more value, and more long-term impact to the league. Some people are even taking it further, saying the league is entering a new era where visibility and audience pull might matter just as much as on core production. And that is a very different conversation compared to how women's basketball has been evaluated in the past. Others are pushing back hard, saying this entire narrative is overblown and that rookie salaries should only reflect draft order and performance, not media attention or popularity. And that is exactly why this story keeps growing, because there is no single agreed answer, only strong opinions on all sides, and every new breakdown just adds more fuel to the discussion. Now, to understand why these salary jumps are even possible in the first place, you have to look at the business side of the league, because none of this happens in isolation. The WNBA is not just dealing with player contracts. It is also dealing with a growing wave of media attention, sponsorship interest, and long-term broadcast value that is changing how the league is being financially evaluated. A big part of the conversation right now is the expansion of media rights deals and new revenue inflows that are projected to bring significantly more money into the league over the coming years, which is one of the key reasons the new CBA structure can support higher rookie salaries. And whether people like it or not, a major part of that increased visibility has been connected to players like Caitlin Clark, whose entry into the league has brought massive viewership spikes, higher engagement, and a level of mainstream attention that the league has not consistently seen before. Now, at the same time, the league itself is clearly trying to distribute that growth across multiple players and teams, not just one individual, which is why you're seeing broader salary increases across the rookie class, including names like Aliyah Boston and Paige Buchers as well. So what you are really looking at here is not just a salary story. It is a transition moment where business growth, media money, and player value are all starting to merge into one system inside the league. When you step back and look at the full picture, this is not just a simple salary update. It is a major shift in how the league is structuring money, attention, and player value going forward inside the WNBA. And whether you agree with the rankings or not, whether you think the comparisons are fair or overblown, one thing is very clear: this new CBA has already changed the conversation around rookies, and it is not slowing down anytime soon. Now, I want to know what you think about all of this, especially when it comes to players like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and how these salary shifts are being interpreted across the league. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below, because this is exactly the kind of topic where everybody sees it differently, and I want to see where you stand on it. Make sure you like the video, make sure you're subscribed, and stay locked into black and white sports for more straight-up coverage with no filter. And with that said, we are out. Peace.